Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. It's actually me. Just in case you didn't realise. It's a great, you know. I'll let you into a little secret. It's been me all along, you know. Not the last times, but this time. This one's actually me. So, yeah. I feel like it wouldn't be right. I feel like it wouldn't be right if I didn't make a Christmas video with my hat on. I paid for this hat, and I'll get some money, my money's worth out of it. And I paid a whole £1 for this beard as well, and I want to get my money's worth out of it. So, you know, I've even gone as far, just in case, you know, to create the whole Santa vibe. It's really difficult to speak with this beard. I've even got myself a mince pie, and you won't be able to see it, but this is a miniature of Glenfiddich single malt, 15 years aged. I got this last Christmas. I've only drunk one. I've drunk the 13-year one. I'm saving the 18-year one. It's wasted on me. I have not a Scooby, but apparently 18's better than 15 and 15's better than 13. Or is it 12? 12, might be 12. I think it's 12. Whiskey generally tastes like, to me, tastes like disinfectant. But, yeah. But if you want to see me gag, I don't think I'll actually be able to drink it through the Santa beard. But I'll drink it later. I might even take the lid off. No, I'm going to stick to it. Stick to the plan. No one eats on videos. Everyone has a drink. They have a drink, don't they? Oh, get a drink. No one eats on videos. Why is that? Why is that? Probably because it's disgusting. But you know, no, it's ridiculous. I can't eat this. But anyway, yeah. Even made a little set of notes. I've not done notes in ages. I generally don't put much effort into my videos nowadays. You might have noticed. But anyway, yeah, I had intended to do a proper Christmas video. I was thinking, yeah, I'm going to really put some proper effort into it this time. Because I've been doing Christmas videos, or at least Santa has. I've been asking Santa to do Christmas videos. I think since I've been making videos, I've only ever missed one, or Santa's only ever missed one. So, but this time, you know, I thought I was going to make I was thinking, even had this idea of making like a little animation, like doing lots of drawings and doing like stills and some music over the top and a little storyline with a bit of a voiceover. But no, maybe I'll do it in time for next year, but probably not. Anyway, but no, essentially what it's boiled down to is that I do feel the need to make a Christmas video, but bone idleness got in the way, as it often does. Sheer bone idleness got in the way, as it often does. And so basically, I'm going back into my comfort zone. This is ridiculous. Falling firmly into my comfort zone, making the last pickups video of 2018 for me. I have been saving some. I've got a lot of stuff here. I've been saving some stuff, but I've been saving up for a pickups video. But I wanted to get something with some CX credit that I've got. Oh, fuck it. That's quite good now. That looks weird, doesn't it? Ow, it's fucking knackering my ears. Actually, I think I preferred it like that. Now I just look like I've got one of them bit like. That's weird. Yeah. But it's gonna fucking throttle me. But I'm like a bit of a floating head. Yeah. Yeah. What I've been doing. I've got the stuff here I was going to save. Now I can. Oh. Now I know why no one eats on video. Because it looks and sounds disgusting. But yeah, I've got a little pile here. I've been saving it up because I've got some CEX credit like stashed away, and like a decent amount. I've got enough for some significant stuff. But I can't really make my mind up when I was going to save this stuff to do with whatever I bought. But as it is, you know, plans change. So I'm going to do this now, and I'd like one of the reasons to make this video, other than it's Christmas, which is sort of the real reason. I'd like people's opinions. I've got enough CEX credit. The main plan had been to get some top-notch PS1 games, some real like heavy hitters. I can't think of another word for heavy hitters. Yeah. Ooh, sorry about the lip smacking. My cat makes that noise when she eats, and it makes me gag. So I can't imagine what it's doing to you with me doing this now. But anyway, apologies. Yeah, I just want opinions on what I should spend my CEX credit on. It's either two or three, mate, probably two really top-notch PS1 games. I'm thinking a couple of the Mega Man X's, or a Tommy 2, something like that. Or a PS4. I can't lie, PS4 probably third in the list of what I'm, you know. Or a Switch. I've got enough for any one of those three things. I'd like to ask people's opinion on what I should get. But I can't make my mind up. I'm probably going to go down the PS1 route because, you know, it's something I've been doing a long time now, and yeah, you know, I've got, as I've come to realise recently, I've got favourites for things, priorities, things just naturally fall into that sort of list of hierarchy where it comes to, you know, things like I've got favourite music that I listen to a lot. I've got favourite food that I eat a lot. Because I can't. Why would you not just have your favourites all the time? If you've got a choice, why would you have something that you don't like quite as much as your favourite thing? Favourite films, favourite television programme, favourite music, favourite food. You know, like when I go to somewhere with a bacon cheeseburger. Why would I pick something I don't quite like as much as a bacon cheeseburger? That doesn't make sense. That's why I generally, you know, I'm erring towards PS1 games. But you know, what's life without a bit of variation? But anyway, this is a really shit video. I'm starting to realise. I'll try and make it like Amish. That's better. You see how long my beard is now? Fucking hell. My actual one. It's fucking massive. I might actually trim it before actually Christmas Day, because it's looking a bit embarrassing now, bit you know, bit tramp-like. But anyway, so yeah, if anybody's got any opinions on what I should spend my CEX credit on, I'll be happy to take them on board, and probably ultimately discount them and go with some PS1 games. But yeah, Big Mama's House. I couldn't find anything funnier than Big Mama's House. I wanted some sort of Christmas how it's made, but that doesn't exist. But yeah, I'm looking at my little list. I think I've covered everything. Story about a big issue seller? Nah. Well, that's weird. What the hell's going on? Excuse me. I'll explain in a minute. I will. That's very strange. Go away. It's my neighbour 2 doors up. If they look this way, they'll see me sitting like this because I'm right in front of the window. Go away. Fuck off. At least it's added a bit to the video. I'm raising my eyebrows now. You have to take my word for it. It's quite nice, actually. I'll explain in a minute. I think they're finished doing what they're doing. Well, that was weird. Well, I'll explain. Yeah, my neighbour this door up, going back a few months, there's a load of kerfuffle going on outside his house. It turns out he was being evicted. He quite liked him. He was a cool bloke. He was a bit sort of quiet, bit of a loner, but a bit odd. He had some crazy stories about when he first moved in. His first job, he worked for did security for the Saudi royal family, and he used to drive around in their Range Rovers and stuff. He was like, fucking hell. And apparently he was up in sort of Kensington sometime, and he got into a disagreement with some Russian bloke, and it ended up going to court. So he had some shady dealings all round, but whenever he was, not that he'd really know it, he was a bit of an intense bloke in some sort of quiet, but quite cool. And turns out he got evicted from his house because he'd obviously got debts, and they turfed him out, and it's been empty ever since. And the neighbours, sort of like 2 doors up, just put stuff in his wheelie bins. I thought, fucking liberties. I feel offended for him. I might go and take it out of their wheelie bins and put it on their doorstep. So, piss off. So they're taking advantage of the fact his house is no longer lived in. His misfortune. They've co-opted and they've co-opted his wheelie bins, bastards. But anyway, yeah, right. That's what that was about. And they were sort of like, I'm right in front of the window, and they kept they were like coming around the corner, putting stuff in his wheelie bins, and like literally 10 feet away, and all they had to do was turn around and see me sitting here like this. And it would have been quite difficult to explain what was going on. Or, it might even look like I was peeping whilst wearing a stupid outfit, but that's quite difficult to explain. But anyway, yeah. Ultimately, this video is a pickups video because I'm falling into my comfort zone. But it didn't intend to be a pickups video. I probably won't put pickups video in the title, but this is what it is. Some of this stuff. Oh, it's people walking past again. Go away. Someone clocked me then. That's weird. Or embarrassing. They only went past me like quickly though, but someone definitely saw me looking like this. But anyway, yeah. Ultimately, a pickups video. Some of the stuff you've already seen. A story about... Oh, no, I did mention that in a video, didn't I? About my bank account being ripped off. Did I tell people that... the bank ended up giving me some, they reimbursed me twice and haven't taken it back yet. Did I tell people that? Well, that's what's happened. I've still got their money. We're going back a month now, and I've still got sort of twice as much as they should have, more than twice as much than they should have given me. So anyway, so yeah. Some of this stuff you've already seen because I mentioned it in that video when I was talking about when my bank account got ripped off, and the sort of changing fortunes. That was what it was. It was basically to illustrate the point. I thought I'd show you some of the stuff I'd found in charity shops, just to illustrate that point. So some of it would have already seen. But anyway, so yeah. Ultimately, this is the shittest Christmas video anyone's ever made. Hiding from neighbours. I do that a lot actually. I'm not like like curtain switcher, or as Mickey Flanagan says, a peeper. A peeper, was it a peeper and a PP? If you get caught, your third option is to maintain the peep. Oh fucking hell! Stay on track. Right. Anyway, it's getting dark. I better carry on. Colour lights. I've got new lights. I used to have blue ones. I got rid of them because I've upgraded. I've got like a proper one set to go on my tree. I used to have two sets because it was ridiculous. I'd put in 2 plugs, so I used to have 2 sets, as Shock said, you know, because he's sort of on the ball. I used to have 2 sets on my tree, and I upgraded to 1 set, like twice as big. So now I've got 2 spare sets, like coloureds, like that. So that goes on my tree. It used to be blue. I don't know where the blue one's gone. The blue one's gone somewhere. But blue, I never understand why people have blue for Christmas. What is that? Blue's a sort of a cold. It's a cold colour. Whites as well. I mean, fuck it. Christmas is about, you know, just have a bit of fun, chill out, have something a bit, you know, bad taste. Colour. Who gives a shit? I don't like these people with these sort of coordinated Christmas decorations and stuff. I just like cheap, nasty tats. I grew up having cheap, nasty plastic decorations. I don't quite go that far now, but because I'm generally too lazy to put it up, and it keeps falling down. Oh, fucking hell. It's someone else. He's going to go right past the window. It's someone delivering. It's someone delivering. He is. Because people walk right past this window to get from my neighbour's garden into this front drive, into my front drive. And this geezer just put something through my neighbour's letterbox. So he literally would have been sort of a foot away from me. Or I'd have to wave, but anyway. Jesus, this is the worst. Right, I lost my train of thought. What am I doing? Coloured lights. Was I talking about coloured lights? Yeah. Anyway, screw it. I like coloured lights. Anyway. Stuff I've thought about. Found. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Before Christmas is always a good time for going to charity shops. It stands to reason. Charity shops ask for donations in the lead up to Christmas. You know, Christmas is a massive time for, you know, shops, commerce. You know, things get bought. A lot of stuff get bought. And when things are getting bought, people need to make space for those new things so that it can get sold on, or it can get shipped out and get sent to charity or sold off at a car boot sale. So it stands to reason that car boot sales and charity shops should be good in the lead up to Christmas. And in recent years, that has pretty much panned out. And I've done all right this time. Maybe not so close to Christmas, but, you know, in the lead up, I've got a couple of things here that, you know, I'll show you. I think a few things I passed up on, like a twat. But I can't remember what they were. But, you know, I'll always say it. If you like going around charity shops, always have a good few goes in the lead up to Christmas, because I reckon you'll get some decent stuff. But there you go. It's getting dark. I'm gonna carry on. This is only going to be a 5-minute video. Honest. Maybe I should have just kept my Santa beard up, because this looks weirder, if anything. Weirder. That's quite nice, actually. That was totally wasted. Look, 15 years. That's not something you should chuck back like that. I better line my stomach with a bit of that. Right. Anyway. Apologies for anyone who's disgusted, because there will, but this is the internet, there will be people who are disgusted. But as I said, it's Christmas. And big up to the people who don't give a shit. I don't know why I said that. Big up to the people who sort of, you know, would do the same. That's what I meant. But anyway. And screw you to people who don't like the lip smacking noise. Which is actually me, because I did actually say that my cat makes that noise when she eats. So, I don't know what I'm talking about. No. Fuck's sake. Right, anyway. Ultimately, I found some decent stuff. 1 or 2 little bits. Not a lot. Some of it you've already seen. These two sealed DVDs. Steve McQueen, The Man and Lamont. because he was a racing driver. And look, sealed. It's only 50p. This is in a two for £1. And yeah, there's a film called Le Mans. I don't know whether it's about this, but I think he did actually do a bit of race driving in his time, proper race driving, rather than just sort of stunt driving in films and stuff. But yeah, Steve McQueen, Le Man of Le Mans. I don't really know much about it, but it's something I would be interested in. And ultimately, it'll get me £3 in CEX credits as a DVD. And this one was a bit more a no-brainer. It's a film I wanted to see, I've not seen. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I would prefer it to be the Blu-ray, and I would keep the Blu-ray if it was a Blu-ray, but it's a DVD, and I'll probably watch it and trade it in, so that would give me another £3. So those two cost me £1 altogether. That'll get me £6 in credit. You see how my sort of CX credit harvesting works, and it all builds. Ultimately, it builds up, and you can get yourself something nice of it. Get yourself something nice, darling. There you go. And this one you've already seen. This was on the day when I discovered that my bank account had been ripped off. This was one of the things I bought. It's not in chronological order because one of the better things will come later. But one of the things I got was this. Some of the other stuff has been traded in, but this is just the sort of sealed. Pardon me, sorry. Sealed. Just arcade, Xbox Live arcade, really old. That won't give me any credit. And this one was a CX purchase. £2. A puzzle game, which is sort of like the in the dictionary definition of hidden gem or sleeper hit or sleeper gem or hidden hit. It's Soul Bubbles. It's only £2, and that's about what it's worth. But as games go, that's really good value. It's supposed to be really good. You use the stylus to sort of like traverse these hostile environments so the bubbles don't pop. I think that's how it works. These spirits, the bubbles, or I think you protect the spirits with a bubble, something like that. It's supposed to be really good. I can remember reading about this when it was first released, and got a lot of love. I can see it's getting darker because it's getting a bit more pixely. Right, this one again you've already seen. This was the charity shop purchase for 50 whole pence. The penultimate PS2 game I wanted for my list. If you saw my last video, you will know what it is. One more to get. A few others that I'm deliberate about, like for instance, Silent Hill, Shattered Memories. Not meant to be the best game, and it will set me back £45 on eBay or £60 in Computer Exchange. So probably might not bother with that one. A few others sort of around the same sort of ballpark, but this one cheap game and supposed to be decent. Sylpheed. I've upgraded the. There's me. I've upgraded the case, and I even got it. But I even got the disc buff because the disc was knackered. But I went into that's a little tip for you actually. I went into Computer Exchange, and I took 2 other games with me. Actually, ones that I'd bought in Computer Exchange, but the discs need buffing. I went into a different branch from where I'd bought them, and I took them in there. And this branch they usually charge £2, but because I'd kept the receipts and the price label on the front, they didn't charge me to buff these discs, and they just said because it was close to Christmas, and they just said sort of like goodwill, and they sort of accepted the responsibility from the other branch who should have at least not taken these knackered discs in the first place. Well, they played, but they were just really scratched. And this one came from a charity shop, but it was also scratched, and I thought I'd get it looked at the same time. So they did them all together for free. So that's not the first. I think there's a little scratch on the front actually of this. Oh, bugger. In the artwork, I might have to. I've not actually tested this yet. Shit. It might be a case that I'm going to have to buy myself a disc if that's sort of affected the game. Hopefully it hasn't. But anyway, hopefully it hasn't. It won't be an expensive. Game anyway. Expensive disc, but probably about £4, something like that. 4 or 5 quid if on a separate disc. But yeah, Sylpheed by Treasure doesn't look. I think in the States it's a working designs release, isn't it? It's developed by Treasure and Game Arts. Is it developed by Game Arts? But Treasure's definitely involved. Doesn't look like one of their best though, but it is one I was always interested. So there you go, Silpheed. Hopefully it works. I should probably test it. And this was the best charity shop purchase. This was mentioned in the previous video. I won't speak too much about it. The price is on the front. It's a nice sealed Zelda promotional disc. This isn't actually that uncommon. I mean, you go on eBay, there's quite a few copies that are still sealed, but not that I'm complaining. But it's not perfectly sealed. See, there's a little rip there, but otherwise, you know, that's not something I'm gonna pass up for £2, even when my bank account's been ripped off and I'm reluctant to take any money out of it. You know, certain things will override that need to not spend any money, and that is buying something like this. But there you go. So Zelda, yeah, it's a UK version. So. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. I've got a copy, so it's a duplicate. I don't keep sealed games. It might get sold on. I might swap this over with my one and then open it up when I play it, but probably not. I'll probably sell it. But there you go. Anyway, £2. Fuck it. And ultimately, last game. This is a most recent purchase. My best recentest purchase. This was a funny one actually. I saw it in a charity shop a couple of days ago while I was out. That's the thing. It's generally when I'm out buying Christmas presents when I shouldn't be going in charity shops. But in this instance, that's exactly what happened. So it's always the way when you're doing something else and you you take a slide dip into some charity shops. That's when you find all the good stuff. This is how it seems to work. But in this instance, I didn't go with it because I didn't have any change on me, and like I said, I wasn't in the market to buy anything. But I saw it and I made a mental note of it, and then sort of checked up how worth it was. Well, how worth having it was, which is better English, I think, maybe, probably not. Afterwards, when I got home, because as I've mentioned in the past, I don't have a smartphone, so I can't just look stuff up. I write things down in notes. That was the thing I was going to make a video about, my notes. I'll show you my notes from down the years. This sort of interesting, but it's just sort of like essentially all the stuff I've seen in charity shops and not bought down the years. So some of it's interesting, some of it's you see things I've missed, some things I did well not to buy. It's just it's all part of creating like a database up here rather than relying on my phone, so to speak. But anyway, yeah, this was one I passed up. I had to go back to the place where it was the next day because I wanted to get some chocolate Brazils. And has anybody noticed that chocolate Brazils are almost impossible to get nowadays? I know one place that sells them. This old guy in this indoor market in Wood Green, and he only sells them because he knows he's the only place that sells them. So anybody who wants chocolate Brazils has to go to him, and he knows it because otherwise they're too expensive. I think that's what he told me. They're too expensive because no one else sells them. There's no money in it for them other than for the few people who sell them because everybody goes to them, and that's what he told me. So. Yeah, I was going to buy some chocolate Brazils, pretty much. Yeah, so I had to go back there, and I went back to the charity shop where this game was, not expecting it to be, and it was still there. I thought, blimey! And it's two games I've actually got, but it's a multi-pack. It's a PS3 game. It's Rayman Origins and Rayman Legends, and I didn't even know this existed. And looking on eBay, there haven't been any sold in the UK for months because there are no records of selling in the UK. There's a CEX listing for it, and it'll get me some good credit. But this actual pack, it's not something that sells on eBay. They sell in Germany and places like that. There aren't any copies for sale in the UK. But so that's not a bad little purchase in the lead up to Christmas. So do you see what I mean? It's things like this, and I have seen some decent stuff, but I've not gone with. So as I said, if you're into going into charity shops, always take time in the lead up to Christmas to go and have a look, because it makes sense. I won't talk to you by eating more of my mince pie. I'll do that off screen. So apologies for the quality of this video. I'm feeling the need to trim my beard now. I think I probably will, because it is actually Christmas Eve, and I should probably do that. I don't want to look like trying to think of a famous beardy person. Jungly Barry. Do you remember Jungly Barry? No, Lord Lucan. That was it. Fuck it. Anyway, tell me a famous beardy person, and that's who I look like. So there you go. It's getting dark. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I think last year I tweeted about I got drunk on Christmas Eve, and I sort of tweeted about people eating sort of like eating too much, and I hope that their bowel movements weren't too apocalyptic and harrowing. And I'm not drunk now, but the sentiment still holds. So I might even tweet the same thing. Stand by for that if you follow me on Twitter. So yeah, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching. See you later. Next year I'll have a proper Christmas video, I promise. Yeah, I will, honest. All right, cheers. See you later. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho.